This is something I made in the 5th grade. Do you like it? Aesthetic. Today, I'm going to be discussing one of the most traumatic experiences I've ever been through. So let's just get right into it. This all happened when I was about 17 years old. I am currently 20 years old. On any particular day in the summer, sometime in August, about 3 years ago, I willingly and knowingly consumed a research chemical called 2,5-I-NBOME. I know, judge all you want. I don't condone in any of these things. This whole day, actually, I had a kind of an irritating day that day. I was being dragged around. All I wanted was to go and trip and just do my thing. I shouldn't have been rushing it. I should have respected it. Either way, that's the whole vibe that was beforehand. I was trying to rush something. Not a smart idea. Again, I do not condone these things. This is just a story. Eventually, I got back to my house, which wasn't really a good environment to be tripping in anyway. Pretty bad house, not getting into too much detail. It was a pretty dirty house. I don't really remember what time of the day I took this at, probably around noon, let's just say. And I took 2 tabs of this chemical. Could have been dosed at anything, honestly, because I've taken more than 2 tabs and actually been fine, been more than fine, been amazing. So I take these 2 tabs. It's me and my current partner, and she only took 1. And we're sitting here watching Invader Zim, you know, that show, that cartoon or whatever. It's not been like 10 minutes and it kicks in. And it almost kicks in immediately. It's been like 10 minutes, and this stuff usually takes about an hour to 45 minutes to kick in. No, it was 10 minutes later, and how it started, I started getting this weird anxiety from this show because a bunch of screaming, a bunch of just fucking anxiety-ridden things, just that anxiety started. But the visuals, it all started at once. The visuals were like bubbles pouring in from my, like, the corners of my eyes into my field of view, filling me. Any color you could think of, rainbows, just pouring bubbles. Bubbles, I use that word as a metaphor. I thought, oh my god, this is coming on really, really strong, really, really fast. This has never happened before. I'm just gonna lie down and breathe. I get this urge. This is I think it was before I started tripping, actually. I thought I wanted to eat something. I didn't eat the right thing. I ate this fish. Let's just say that wasn't the right thing to eat. As soon as I started getting tripped and this anxiety is setting in, my stomach literally feels like there's a fucking fish swimming in it, rotting. Literally felt like I was rotting from the inside. I literally walked to the bathroom but a couple feet away from me, and it wasn't just like an urge or anything. It was like I willfully just went there and just expelled it like that, like it was nothing. I felt better a little, and I walked to the sink, washed my hands, whatever, drank some water, washed my face, and I just said water. Everything became water. My skin, the air, and not only did I feel like water, I was water. I saw, when I spoke the word water, this visual came out, and it spelled water. The font was water. It was aesthetic, it was water, but it wasn't English. It was some alien language that I could understand and read, and that blew my mind. And as soon as that visual, I saw it become a word in front of me, I saw how water came to be on this planet. Billions and billions of years of the recycling of water, from dinosaurs peeing it out to us drinking it to this very day, from the asteroids of water that hit our Earth, just from the molecules of hydrogen, oxygen combining, water was being made in my mind, all of time, in like 1 second. That was a little too much, but it was really pleasant, to say the least. But I still had this crazy buildup of anxiety. I think I go to lay down in my mom's room. I'm laying on her bed. I'm just like, all right, breathe, let it happen. Maybe just close your eyes and see what's in there. Woo! No, not a good idea. So I laid down. I closed my eyes. I started breathing. Exactly what I saw was like a billion evil faces all connecting to each other in this yellow energy, and they were all grinning, all evil. And the vibe I got was, you are fucked, plain and simple. And I panicked, so I opened my eyes. I just breathed. Alright, I can get through this, you know? It's just I'm tripping out. I never wanted to close my eyes from that point on. I leave my mom's room, and I'm in the hallway looking down these stairs, these very steep stairs. And again, in a moment, I break down all of American society on these stairs. All the politicians, just, you know, the people at their busy work, getting the machine, all the cogs, everyone in their place, doing their thing. And I saw where I fit in on this structure. I was seeing why people make the decisions they do, why people join groups they join, like, you know, why people join gangs, why people grow up to be the way they are. I just broke down all of society in a moment. That really freaked me out. So then the next thing I found myself doing, I don't know how long this drags out. The next thing I found myself doing, I walked down the stairs and I literally walked through this realm, this visualization of society. And I got to the bottom of the stairs and I took a right and went to my sister's room, who was not with us at the time. She was visiting my father. And I really missed her. I really wish she was there. And I was laying on her bed and I was thinking, man, I haven't seen my sister in a million years. Even though I just saw her the day before. And it made me sad. And I missed her. I wanted to see her. But her room was the only good vibed place. Like, I could have stayed in, if I would have stayed in there, I probably wouldn't have fucking went crazy. As I'm just thinking about my sister, I guess, I'm like looking at the air. I guess my girlfriend at the time, she was standing there. I don't know exactly what she was doing. But I was telling her, because I was seeing something in the air, and what I could describe it as, it was like a molecule or an atom or just like something breaking apart at a molecular structure. Like, I was seeing something that people were not supposed to see. I knew exactly what the fuck it was. I don't know how to describe it. But what I told her, I could never repeat these noises again. It was completely syntactical. It made so much fucking sense to me, but it was not English. It was not even a human language, what I was speaking. But I told her, I'm looking at the breaking down of, the word started with an F. I could tell you that much, but I could not pronounce it. The most alien fucking thing I've ever experienced. But it was like, it made so much sense to me. And as soon as I said it, I realized that's not in my vocabulary. And it's not just some noise I made. Like, this was what I perceived as some hyper fucking language. Advanced language. And as I said, I'm looking at the fiddle-libble wobble whatever. This entire sentence strung out, but it wasn't English language, but I read it. And as I was saying the word, it filled out like a loading bar. Like, as I said it, it filled out, and then poof, it disappeared into nothing. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Like, the visual, the word, it did it again, but with some crazy word. That was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. So what happens next is, my girlfriend, she says something, about taking the dog on a walk, and the dog lost it, and I was tripping balls, and I could not handle that. We're trying to get this, like, harness on this little dog. For the life of me, I could not figure out which way this thing went on the dog. It's just a fucking harness, a bunch of ropes. I'm tripping balls, basically, like. And my girlfriend, she's just, like, trying to figure this thing out. And I got so agitated at this, like, I was stuck in this loop of just trying to figure out how the fuck to get this on a dog for, like, all of time. I got so agitated that I said, fuck the fucking dog, give me that shit. I took it out of her hands, and I was like, find a fucking rope and tie it around the fucking dog's neck. It's just a fucking dog. I know, I know, it's kind of, crazy, I know. But I realized I was being a dick. I snapped. I gave it back to her. And I was like, I'm sorry, whatever. She figured it out eventually. Whatever happened. She's fucking with the dog. And I walk off into the next room. And there's like on the ceiling, there's like where the drywall part fell in, and you can see the boards, and it just caused some leak in the house or something. Well, as soon as I saw that, I visualized how that leak happened, how that damage happened because of the water that was dripping through it. As I seen this, I saw how it formed from the water, but my mind followed that thought train. I then was in this visual. I am encompassing. I am what I am seeing, no longer reality around me. The house all disintegrated because of nature. Water took over, everything flooded. The whole neighborhood got toppled over. By nature grew back, humans died off, the earth flooded, things flourished. I saw the sun expand and just take out the whole solar system and collapse back in on itself. And as I'm seeing these things, I am these things. After the sun expanded and took out the galaxy, I saw the universe do its expansion from the initial point of whatever to the furthest reaches that it could hold itself together as a structure. And then gravity, electromagnetic, whatever the fuck you believe in, started pulling the very atoms of existence back together over 1 billion years, and eventually got really fast and went everything just came back and smashed into this infinitely small point that exploded, and the preceding events unfolded. All of the universe happened. All of Earth happened. My whole life happened. Everything happened. And now I'm at this point. I'm sitting under my ceiling, looking at this hole in my roof, and it all happened within about a second. Like, I shit you not, a second. I experienced all of space and time collapsing and restarting in 1 second from just seeing a hole in my ceiling. Okay, that really freaked me out. My girlfriend at the time was still getting this thing on the dog, so I go outside just to breathe. After I go outside, I'm sitting on my porch, and all the nature is growing towards me in my face to an overwhelming state to where I don't even want to be anywhere but in a bed or something. And I shit you not, the first thing I saw was a cop car, probably on their duty, and that locked in my brain. Weird thing is, I'm just sitting on my porch. I think my girlfriend gets a thing on the dog, and she's just looking for all her things and the key or whatnot. I take the fucking dog, and I pick it up, and I run across the street to my neighbor's house, who I've never spoken to. She doesn't know me. I am freaking out on drugs, basically. She's sitting on her porch, just probably like some 40-year-old black woman minding her own business. A crazy Asian kids will run up to her. I open her gate, and I take the dog, and I set it in the grass with her dog, her little dog, and the dogs just start running around, having fun, loving each other. And I'm walking up to her, you know, trying to be a fucking sensible human, spread love, not thinking. And I'm telling her, like, love is the answer to everything. Love is, like, the answer to fucking the universe. Like, if only everyone just loved more. I was like, you see these dogs? I was like, they don't know each other, but they love each other. Humans need to do that. And I went on this whole crazy spiel about love and the answers of the universe, and like, I tried giving this stranger a hug. Like, I tried giving her a hug, and I seen this like confused, weird snap look in her head.